This podcast contains adult language and crude humor. Listener discretion is advised.
Having cats is awesome. Like, they're cute and they're cuddly and they'll come up to you purring and you give them pets. And it's like, they're only trying to manipulate you into feeding them, but you just don't care because you get to pet a cute, cuddly little kitty and they'll look up at you with those big round eyes and they'll purr and it's great. But then, inevitably, out of nowhere, boom, cat butthole.
Thralls, balls! They're everywhere!
Thralls Balls, the World of Warcraft podcast with a dirty mind and a clean behind. Hosted by Bentolis, Gershom, Flurby, and Wooly. Ooh, what's up, swingers? From the TBHQ in the grizzly lands of Wisconsin, welcome to Thralls Balls, episode number 142. I'm Wooly, the undecided class king of bullshit, but let's be real, it's probably going to be Hellcaller Warlock. And here with me is Gershom, the sassy-ass Beastmastery Hunter. We also have Bentolis, our resident raw-mogging jack-of-all-trades, and Flurpy, the daddiest of puddings, and I didn't know what class to say, so we're keeping it at that. Hi, guys.
Daddy pudding.
The daddiest.
I don't even play WoW, so I don't know what class I am.
Oh,
You're
shit.
daddy pudding.
Oh, bro.
You're daddy pudding. That's fine. It doesn't matter if you play WoW or not. You're still daddy pudding. And also, by the way, I can train my dog to not show me his asshole, and that's one reason I like dogs better than cats. I will start that war right now. And you said not to start wars because you have things to do at like 5 o'clock, but I promise you, like my dog, like everyone's like, oh, cats just do that because that's their instinct. They want to like spray on you. And I'm like, don't fucking spray on me, bitch. Cover your fucking asshole with your tail like you're supposed to do. And I told my dog, I said, hey, stop that. Like he tried to like put his little butt near my face too. And I was like, stop that. And he put his tail down. So dogs are better than cats because they don't pee on you. The end.
If you're expecting me to argue, it's not going to happen. I just happen to have cats. I prefer dogs. Yeah, that's right, Ralph and Stormy. I said it. Even the WoW in-game pet that I call my child after online, Mischief. Yeah, listen to that, Mischief. Maybe I should have named you, what the hell was that? Molten?
Arfis!
No.
I had the Arfis dog out for some reason last night. I was just really like toasty and I was like, oh, this dog is so cool. I called the girls in. I was like, hey, listen, put the headphones on, put them on. And I clicked on it and he was like, wow, wow. You guys have the Arfis dog? He's like the ghost dog? No,
I don't actually.
Oh, his name's Arfis. That's all. And actually, it was really funny. I wanted to name Baker Arfis. And the family vetoed it. I literally wanted to name Baker Arfis. Like Prince Arthas, but Arfis. Arfis. Woof, woof. No.
Technically, my cat is named Stormwind. We just call her Stormy. My wife lets me think that's her name. So
yeah, the family vetoed Arfis.
My dog is named Sophie after Sophia and the Golden Girls, and that's absolutely true because the Golden Girls is the greatest show ever made.
What kind of dog is it?
You want it? You can have it. I do not like this dog.
Why? I just wanted to know what kind it was. I'll take your dog. I know. I'll take your dog.
How old's your dog? Hold on. How old is your dog, Furby?
3 years old.
I'll take her.
So give it a year.
I'm not a dog person. I'm not a cat person either. I'm a like animals belong in zoos person.
Oh.
A cat person or a dog person. I guess you're a lizard bro.
I mean,
oh, that's true.
Not anymore. I don't play WoW.
Send me your dog. Listen, Bent, Bent needs to send me those headphones that he said he was going to send me, and Flurpy, send me your dog, and then we'll be fine. It'll be great.
Flurpy, it literally says under your name on the Discord, playing World of Warcraft.
I don't know what this game is. I play Call of Duty now exclusively.
Have you been playing I don't know if you're just trolling or not, but have you been playing Warzone? That shit's my jam.
I don't like Warzone.
He is currently at Mogashan's palace, and I am in Halls of Effusion.
I am in Mogashan. spells. I am currently, as I talk, toying with my druid for, sign up reasons.
All right, so
I guess we play the game while we record the podcast now.
I mean, I do.
Yeah, it's the best way to get invested. I turned it off during trivia, though.
Gamers are gonna game.
I have a lot of buttons to push.
I will say, though, I am in a key with possibly the worst fire mage I've ever played with. I'm doing double as deeps as a resto sham.
Ew. His name's not Fire Magister, is it? Badum.
No, I don't play fire.
Didn't we have a really bad mage at one point? Or no, I'm thinking of that. Oh, I don't want to talk shit about people, but I'm thinking of a druid specifically, a feral druid.
I wasn't that bad.
You're thinking of a dog shit mage. His name is Dopey. John.
No, I don't think I was.
Oh,
Dopey
no,
was dog shit. Dopey was dog shit.
Were you there the day where I fucking snapped on him when we were doing Zymox?
Yeah, because he kept pulling, or he kept yanking people right at the pool.
No, it wasn't him. He refused to go out and do one of the seeds because he said mage didn't have mobility, so I had to do it as a rogue.
Bullshit, bro. No mobility? Fucking shimmer, man. Blink, you're good. What a liar.
I almost got suspended from the guild after that night and didn't say very nice things to him.
Wait, what'd you say though? Maybe I don't want to hear. Never mind. I don't know.
I basically asked him if he had any kids because I would be very surprised if they made it this far in life if he did.
Oh, that's fucking hard. Dude, that is
it
not
wasn't
nice.
my finest moments.
Ooh, okay.
But he did piss me off. Because then he tried to act like I was in the wrong afterwards, and that's when I went off on him.
I'm trying to remember what fight had seeds in it. I'm thinking of the guy with the floating
It was
face.
Zymox. Remember Zymox where you had to go into the suck and shit? I mean, I don't want to talk about it because the guy doesn't play with us anymore, and frankly, I don't care if he's dead or alive. But yeah.
Honestly, I liked that fight. I really did. I wasn't on seed duty. I was a warlock. No, I wasn't warlock. I was warrior at that point, wasn't I?
I think so.
Yeah. Whatever. I never had to do the seeds, but I loved that fight.
It was a cool fight. I liked it.
I think we can just kind of skip what we've been up to in WoW because we're in an admittedly shorter
Really?
this time.
I don't want to skip on that.
I don't want to skip on that. We've all been doing stuff. What are you talking
I
about?
want to talk about it. I don't even play this game, and I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
No. All right.
Dang, Wooly. Dude, Wooly got broadsided. He was like, nope.
I got run over by a fucking truck.
Oh, that's why you have co-hosts for. Let one of them go first, though.
All right. Ben?
So my guild, Collective Company, obviously, we went through and we killed, what the fuck's his name? Who's the dragon?
Raz?
Yes, we killed Raz. Yes, so we killed Raz, so we're done with that raid. We're done with the Aberrus raid. We only have 2 more bosses in the last tree raid. And then we will set one raid up before probably during pre-patch where all the raids will be open, and we will find a mutually exclusive time to meet up, and we will clear out the rest.
There you go. Any you been hitting keys at all any hard, or are you just kind of at a point where you've done what you can there?
I actually joined a guild I play with on weekends, who I've been pushing higher keys with. But yeah, I'll probably be mythic raiding tonight. We got halfway through each raid so far, so it's going well.
You know, it is more work and shit, but I think mythic raids, I do not want you to leave Collective Company. I don't want you to stop leading our raids and shit, but I think mythic raids are where you flourish more, to be honest. There's a lot more that you gotta, I don't know how to word what I'm thinking, but it just fits you better, I think.
Nah, I just like this group because it's one night a week and I can come and go as I please. It's very casual.
Nice.
It's a little bit like how I envisioned Collective Company in Season 1 when we were doing a little bit of Mythic going. Just, hey, if we have people, we'll show up and do it. If not, we'll not. But it's a good group of people. I really like it. It's very rare from the Mythic community to find people who aren't total raging dickheads in Mythic raiding. you have this weird thing where like the low end guilds are really nice, and then like the high end guilds obviously are, you know, really nice, and then like there's a lot of guilds in the middle where you just meet some of the worst people in WoW, in my opinion.
I mean, it's sort of always been that way. Like,
yeah, but it's another level, dude. It's because you know why? Because people justify these people's behaviors in Mythic raid setting because they do good numbers. At least in the lower end guilds, they usually just kick them out because they're douchebags. So,
right, that's not what I'm saying. What I mean is, throughout the history of WoW, whatever was the hardest content at the time, people who took that seriously, they were good shit. People on the low end who were good shit. And then, as always, there was in the middle were the people that were the dickheads. It's kind of always been like that. Because people think their pants are bigger than they actually are. And then other people are like, I don't even want to wear pants. What the fuck am I talking about? Flurpy,
I never want to wear pants.
Very busy healing.
No, I'm very glad that.
Here.
Oh, he's here. Okay, never mind.
No, I'm here. You just said Flurpy, and then I didn't know what you said, and I didn't know if you were just, you know, because you like the word, or if you had a question for me, or what's up?
Like Flurpy.
Flurpy. What have I been up to in the exciting World of Warcraft, a game in which I do not play? Well, I was playing the old Baldur's Gate with some people the other night, and we had a conversation, and you know, Mr. Kell, Daddy Kell, the greatest Daddy Kell of all time, said, "Hey, Flurpy, are you coming back for the war with Ian?" And I said, you know, I think I am. I think I'm going to come back. And you know, there's a lot of personal stuff going on, but the release date is conducive to my life not being total chaos at that point. So I said, I think I will be coming back for the old T-dubs. And then we started talking about what class I would play and what class everybody's going to play. And I think I've kind of landed back on Druid. So I am kind of fiddling with the old Druid, the balance and the resto, and you know, all the different things the Druid can do. I really enjoyed Balanced Druid during the failed, but I think, you know, highly fun, the wheel decides.
I actually think you and Willie, Flurpy, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I wanted to say this. I think you two were the most fucked over in that draft, because you two were two of the only people who got stuck with something you never played and you actually put an effort in. So trust me, I feel you.
Well, I mean, I ended up really liking.
Have you looked at the new like hero talents though, like the weird hybrid crosses? Because like I have not looked at them for Hunter, because I like to do things like when they're super fresh and new. Like I don't like burning things out and looking at them before I can even play them and put them into use. So like I haven't looked, but I was just wondering if you had looked at your Druid options.
Not only have I looked, I have fiddled.
You have fantasized about it?
No, I've played in beta. I've played a little bit of Druid in beta. A tiny bit of balance, just to kind of see how it feels. I like it. And, you know, I mean, I know the wheel was kind of whatever the wheel was, but I ended up really liking balance at the time. We look to be pretty healer heavy, but, you know, I need a resto. I'm happy to play resto too. I'm a pretty decent resto player. I've played it a lot. So I think I'll Druid it up for a while in the old war with Ian. So I'm playing with it right now, and you might even see me, you know, play when y'all do your random raid night or something here soon. But yeah, that's kind of all I've been doing, is trying to figure out what class to play and kind of leaning towards Druid and playing with it. So nothing super exciting, but I'm having fun.
You weren't kidding, Bent. That is a bad mage. What the fuck am I looking at?
I have no idea, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, who was that? Was that Willie?
No, it was a random mage I just joined a key for, because I thought.
Oh, that guy. Oh.
So I joined it at like 3:30 before we were going to record, and
Where'd you find that, on like Radar.io or something?
No, it's literally the key I just did.
Oh, right now. Oh my god, my bad.
It's details, it looks like. Good app. Or add-on. Jesus.
I do need to do my add-ons again. I thought you were talking about someone who had like done the end of the season stuff with you guys, like someone who had just like jumped in or something.
No. This is someone I was just running with.
Oh gosh, that's terrible.
Wheel decided, and those riding the wheel jumped off immediately. So it wouldn't have even popped up.
You just have to make sure you stay on for 30 seconds so you get the buff. You get the wee buff.
Oh yeah, you get more experience when
there you go. Yep.
with the stick. So, Flurpy, then, do you know which of the two hero specs available to? I don't know if you're going to be more meaning resto or balance, but have you figured out what hero spec you'd like to stick your little wiener in?
No, I mean, I kind of played around with both of them, and I played around with resto some too, right? I was kind of doing all of them. The only thing I haven't touched is I play, Feral. I may play Guardian a little bit too. I like tanking on the old bear. So I haven't really invested anything, in terms of those decisions yet, but I've fiddled.
Alrighty. Gershom, how about yourself?
Okay, so I actually took a break from Panda Remix. I took a break this week because there was a lot of gold world quests and just sort of some like cleanup stuff, some tokens I could get, and just some upgrades and stuff. Oh, and then it was, so this week in like retail, it was Panda time walking for like the weekly event, right? So I'm like, cool, I'll go do that on Gershom. It should be totally easy to just do like 4 or 5 of those and not have a problem. So I go in there, I do like 4, and I'm like, cool, my vault is unlocked, whatever, let me go get my prize. So I go and I get my prize from the weekly, from like the girl lifting the weights over there in Dragon House, and she's cool. And I go over there, and the question mark is fucking gray. I had never picked up the quest.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I posted about this. I was like, wow, I feel like such a fucking moron. So anyway, so I ended up doing 5 more, which means I got 3 vault choices on Gershom. And other than that, really just on my Warlock, it was like, there was a lot of gold world quests too. So I think I ran 4 level 70s through those world quests that get gold, and I came away with about like 40k. So I mean, that was okay. And I was like, yeah, this is great. I have to pay myself back because I've been buying like WoW tokens lately just because of like the situation and stuff. And then huge shout out to Do Not Relent Pod, obviously like my other favorite pod. They had a contest, and it was kind of like a loose-ended sort of costume contest for like gay pride or like something like that. And so I decided to go with the summer training post, and I wore like the pink bikini with like the surfboard, and I won 2 months of game time. But it was also what's it called? Like the wheel decides. Flurpy, that's what it's called, right? The wheel decides?
The wheel decideth.
Yeah, we just have like a random drawing. Yeah. So the wheel decided it.
Wait, was there a wheel or a drawing?
No, there was actually a wheel. Like they put everyone's name.
It's a wheel decides. Yeah.
Yeah. So the wheel decided that my pink bikini was amazing, and I got 2 months of game time. So now not so much obsessed with the gold. At least it's not like, oh, I'm living paycheck to paycheck anymore. But that was pretty cool. So yeah. They said $30 in the shop, and I was like, oh, can I get a month of game time? And they're like, technically that's 2. And I was like, yay. So yeah, so I have game time now. I'm excited. And that was kind of all I did. Oh, and I did the Emberthal Visage Be Yourself. Spoiler alert, she doesn't want a visage. She's happy, just being Emberthal. And that was cool.
Hot take, I did not like that quest line. I was all excited to see.
Okay, what was your take on that? And then I'll feed back on you. But what was your take on that?
Just at the end of it, I get what they're going for, like a be yourself thing. But one, the only reason dragons had visage forms in the first place was so they could show up and talk to mortal races without being fucking enormous and scary. So Drakthir technically don't need them in the first place, story-wise anyway. But I'm glad they have them. 2. I didn't like that they made a big hubbub about it, and then it was a big old plate of nothing, except for Emberthal being like, I'm already my visage, which is fine, but I got all hyped to see what she was going to look like, and then nothing. That's why I didn't like it. You could just keep it
in your head what she was going to look like. I mean, she's pretty hot already. Anyways, no, I get you on both those. on both those though. My problem with the quest is actually more, so it's more of like a systems thing. So at the end of it, that's how you get your tabard. So we talked about this, right? Like the customizable tabard and a tabard. And I was like, oh, cool. Like you can get like a plain color or whatever. I don't know what the hell is wrong with this thing. And I submitted a ticket and have not received any response. But so I put on the tabard and it's automatically black. I cannot change the background color. I cannot change the border color. So it's black with a white border. I cannot change either one of those things. And then you still have to kind of have like one of those silly logos from like vanilla, like all those logos that they put in there, like the fire or the logs on fire or the dragon mouth or like the little paw print. I was honestly hoping for a little more at this point. Like the game has come so far. I feel like it could have had like some different color. First of all, I don't think it worked. Like I said, like I couldn't change the background color from black, period. If I wanted a red one, a pink one, an orange one, a yellow one, I don't know if those are available. I just know that I couldn't pick it. I just kept going to like background color and it was just black and nothing else would show up. And for the border, nothing but white would show up. So I don't know. Like I said, I submitted a ticket. It's weird. Also kind of disturbing that you have to have one of those old styly, like vanilla TBC, like little logos on it. I was really hoping just for more, like no logo or maybe your own logo. Like I know it's too much to ask, like to upload like SpongeBob onto my tabard, but you know,
I would immediately upload a dick and balls.
Right, that's why they didn't do it. That's why I'm saying it was like it would be so cool to have like a skin where you could just like skin it onto your tabard, like you know, yeah, like a dick and balls or a SpongeBob or whatever. But either way, I was stuck with like black, no background color, no border color except for white, and the little symbols were getting on my nerves. So I just ended up not using it. I was hoping for something more, but we'll see. We'll see.
I honestly I don't remember and or did not know that a customizable tabard was part of that. Oh yeah, I'm seeing it on Wowhead right here.
Yeah, so it's the personal tabard you get as a prize. And then old girl's right there in the barbershop. She's like, yeah, go see her and design your tabard. Honestly, you know what I was hoping for, especially probably because it was Pride Month, was because like I wanted like a rainbow tabard or like something that would be really cool. I didn't think that it would just be like another version of a shitty WoW tabard, honestly.
All right, so that's what you've been up to?
Yes, sir.
All right. For me, it's a lot less. I have been going back and forth on, I love my Warlock. I want to continue playing my Warlock. I've been on the beta playing around with Hellcaller. I have no interest in Diabolist unless it ends up being dog shit easy and it'll be fun. But Hellcaller, I really like the idea of, but so basically the two biggest changes here, my Immolate is now Wither and it's instant cast, which is dope. There is then there is another ability you hit when I think you're up to a certain number of stacks of Wither. I forget what it's called, but you hit that and shit pops off and it's pretty cool. My problem is adapting how I play to it, so I'm gonna have to wait until somebody smarter than me named Kalamazi figures out the exact right rotation, because I'm too dumb to figure it out myself. But my problem here is I don't know if it'll change the way Destro plays enough that I won't know what I'm doing anymore. And if it does, then I might as well pick a new class or spec. Tried Affliction, because it's super dead simple right now. Used to be you had to throw up as many unstable afflictions as you could, but now you just gotta keep the one going. And I don't get enjoyment out of Affliction Warlock anymore. I used to. I played it in Legion. It's very different now. Demonology, still on the table, I guess, but I'm not a big fan of it. Although Hand of Gul'dan is fucking cool. This big comet and then a bunch of imps pop out. I don't know. But I've been on the beta trying to figure out which direction I'm gonna go. Meanwhile, it came up somewhere in some point in time that eventually, and by eventually, I think we reported it actually on this show, early as possible in the War Within, they want to give Drakthir more classes. And I'm sitting here, because you guys know, or I know, and maybe just nobody else knows, whatever. I like to have in my mind who my character is, and because this character, my Warlock, has been around since 2008, I kind of want him to be the same person he was then. Can't do that if I'm changing him from who is at this point a half-elf into a Drakthir. I'm like, how the hell do I do that? So, here's my rough headcanon idea that is so blatantly shaky and horrible, but I don't care. So eventually he gets approached by a member of the Infinite Dragonflight, and that person, who is a Drakthir, but part of the Infinites, overheard him saying he's being frustrated with how unsure his past is and how he's desiring something more and whatnot. So he's like, hey man, what if I told you there's another timeline where your soul was actually born into a Drakthir tens of thousands of years ago? And he's like, you're lying. But then the Infinite Drakthir guy shows him his alternate universe self in stasis and whatnot. And he's like, hey, so the stasis has completely wiped this guy's mind. When it wears off, he's going to be completely brain dead anyway. You want me to just merge you? And he's like, oh, okay, but why? And the guy's like, I have my reasons. So then turns out the whole reason for it then is in the War Within, there is somebody that my character is supposed to kill in terms of keeping the timeline going. But because he's been merged by the Infinite guy, that he falters because his visage form fails for a quick second there, and he doesn't get the cast off that would have killed the guy. So then the guy's alive. Is it shaky? Yes. Does it work? Not really. Am I going with it? Probably, if Drakthir get Warlock. Nobody cares, but I care. So, yeah. Or I might just, play my priest. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Oh, okay, here we go. Are you guys ready for some WoW news?
Fuck yeah.
All right, that's enthusiastic.
Time for WoW news, motherfuckers.
Okay, my button to mute the music during that did not work, but whatever. I checked it before we did the show, too. That's very disappointing. Okay, so up first, we have a resolution with, well, not a resolution, this is more like an epilogue to NetEase and Blizzard having issues in China. So as a reminder, NetEase and Blizzard could not come to a deal. They couldn't adequately reach a settlement thing. And so because of that, NetEase, which provided the service to play WoW in China, went offline in January 2023. I think at current they have Wrath Classic going, but full retail WoW is going to be returning to China on August 1st. So their pre-patch for the War Within is dropping August 1st, with the full expansion being August 26th, alongside what the rest of the world gets for launch. Now, this sort of confirms, well, not confirms, but strengthens the theory I put out last week that we're going to get pre-patch July, what was that, 23rd or something like that? Because it just seems to line up, doesn't it? Especially because in the post, they went out of their way to note that this was China's pre-patch day, August 1st, not a confirmation of a pre-patch day for the rest of the world. So we'll probably already have it, especially because that piece of artwork that was uncovered said by July 30th. So there. Now, as for what else they're getting, no remix for them, no Pandaria remix, even though it will still technically be going for us a couple more weeks after that. But they did also say Plunderstorm will return at a later date. It was unclear, though, if this is just for the Chinese servers or if they're talking about it returning at some point in the future in general for everybody, because they have previously said, everybody, hey, Plunderstorm's going to come back at some point. So what Chinese players are getting in terms of compensation because they've missed most of Dragonflight, they get 14 free days of game time, which, I mean, they could give them a month. More money, but they could give them a month. I think they've earned that. They get what they're calling a greatly increased experience while leveling from 60 to 70. It's unclear if that's talking about experience points gained or if the experience of playing Dragonflight is somehow compressed a bit so that they can enjoy it in that time too. They get 2 free mounts. One of them is that Ashadar cat. It was gold during the day and silver at night. I believe that was a Trading Post Fill the Bar reward. And they also get, this is interesting, a mount that is essentially a modified BlizzCon bear from way back in the day. But they replaced the little flag that says BlizzCon with a different design. And they call this mount something that translates roughly to Bear of Welcoming Good Luck, or something to that effect. They're also getting a free pet. It's Aura, a little ducky with a hat. I think that might have also been a Trader's Post Fill the Bar reward, but I don't remember for sure. They're getting an extra 500 Trader's Tenders every month for 12 months. And they're getting a Trading Post NPC that will be put in the War Within capital Dornegal. And that NPC will have 20 cosmetics that Chinese players would have missed. This NPC is exclusive to Chinese servers. So don't worry, guys, you're not missing anything out. It's all stuff that we had access to before. It's just trying to get them what they could have missed. Obviously, you're not going to hit everything. Because let's say you got Razageth ahead of the curve. There's no way you're gonna fit the entire experience of playing Dragonflight in a couple weeks or whatever they'll have to play. It just, they've missed the boat, unfortunately, and it's not their fault. So, yeah.
I do have something I want to add in this because I don't think it was part of the announcement. So I don't know if you know, but NetEase also announced that they are starting a quote-unquote like prize pool of $150,000, and basically they're going to award that money to a Chinese team if they win Raid to World First. And each time that a Chinese team does not do it, NetEase is committing to add $27,000 to that pool. So, for example, if they go like 4 years from now and, it's like $118,000 plus $150, if a Chinese team wins, they'll get $268,000 from NetEase. I thought that was kind of pretty cool.
I did not hear that. That's awesome.
It is cool, especially because NetEase has never done anything like that before. So you can really tell by seeing that they are excited to get things back. And it's not just about money for them. Even though it's got to be to an extent because of the business.
Yeah, the thing is, though, the Chinese competitive WoW scene is the wild, wild west, man. There's a lot of shady shit that goes on with those guilds.
This is entirely unrelated, but I just tried to open a soda and the little tab came off, but the part that's cut away and opens up didn't open up. So now I have to vampire my soda. That sucks.
You have to stab it with a pen. That's all.
I can do that.
I think this race, the first race to World First this year, I think a bunch of Chinese players got banned because they used some sort of exploit to bug the raid and kill everything in one shot. I don't know if you guys remember reading that, but yeah. So that's I guess the concern about it. I don't know. I mean, it's just it's weird. How do you regulate? It's hard to regulate because it's on almost a separate instance of WoW. So it's really hard for WoW to almost, because I guarantee you WoW does not have a full picture of everything going on with the NetEase.
Dude,
given the way the China is set up there.
China is gonna win the Summer Olympics, at least in swimming. You guys heard about that shit? How they got busted doping and no one gave a shit?
I mean, the
Because
Russians been doing
because
that
they're
for
China.
years.
What? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, shit's weird in China, man. I am at a base level really happy to hear that WoW players get their game back, though. That's really a good thing. Yeah, so the Race the World First thing was in that article I was reading, and I don't know why I didn't include it because it's really cool. But at the same time, when is the last time a Chinese team got a World First raid?
I don't think there has been.
I'll go to Google, but I don't think they did, dude.
I don't think.
Isn't it
I don't
always
think-
like
you
method or
can't-
liquid?
I think it's
or...
just like tough to do because it's like almost the game is a little bit different there just because of all the censorship they have. I think certain certain fights need to be changed if they have like blood, like certain cutscenes get. It's weird, but let me Google this. Give me a second.
Zalatath turns into fucking Winnie the Pooh. It's all fucked.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. That was funny.
Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh tooth.
Winnie the Taff.
Oh god.
Yeah, it doesn't look like any Chinese team has
I
ever
don't
won
think
it.
so.
I mean, has anyone besides Method, Echo, Liquid ever won it since it became a thing? Probably
Really?
not, right?
Not since there's been like world first bosses by like the blue shoes. Remember the blue shoes guys? But yeah.
Well, no, there's always that one Chinese guild that always gets the first raid boss down because they just go straight in just to get that.
Yeah.
But I'm almost positive, like outside of Liquid, Echo, and Method, and one of those iterations, I know there's other teams beforehand.
Well, really,
Yeah.
so, I mean, when did we start really tracking it? I mean, and it being a thing, right? You had Method kind of holding it all through Miss. I think, like, there was another team that won one of them, a U.S. team, one of them in Mist. Warlords of Draenor, right? Again, it was pretty Method. Again, I think there was one other team. And then it was really like BFA, and you had Method, but then I'm almost positive, like somebody else, like Pieces or something won one in Battle for
Pieces
Azeroth.
won Crucible the Storm, so that was like that was the short like 3 boss or 2 boss raid, I think.
Right, and that so it doesn't even count. And then that's what
wasn't that
complexity
final
limits.
boss like fucking supposed to be bonkers or like I think
It
only
was-
like 50 guilds cleared it on Mythic. It was supposed to be a really tough fight.
And then, I mean, after that, right, like it just kind of became, I mean, that's when, so limit, it was complexity limit at the time, rose up in BFA, and that's when it became. So it was always like Method was kind of falling off, and then so you had Echo and complexity limit, and now, you know, Liquid, obviously. So kind of the shift, but yeah.
Okay, so my region, I had the stats for historical since class.
Do it.
Europe has 38 championships. The United States has 8. And there are 2 nations each with 1. And let's do a quick pop quiz. What do you think those nations are?
China and India.
Canada and Sentinel Island.
I'm gonna go Korea, and I'm gonna go, oh, I don't know.
Can you specify the Korea for me?
Well, I'll go
Is it
Korea.
South Korea? Where
It's
they're
one of
allowed
two.
to walk
I'm
It's
gonna go
one
with
of
the good Korea. I'm gonna go with the good Korea. And,
Oh, so North Korea, comrade.
Oh no!
and did like Russia win one? Korea and Russia.
No, so
stop.
Gershom, you were close, and depending on where you are in the world, you're technically correct. But in the United States, we consider Taiwan a separate country. So it was
Taiwan.
Taiwan and South Korea.
Okay.
Oh, that wasn't me at all. I said China and India.
Well, but China. and
Well, according
Taiwan.
to China, they think Taiwan's
it's
theirs.
Taiwan.
So
Okay,
like,
yeah.
US, Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, this isn't a politics podcast.
Oh, yeah, I feel like
So-
we're about to be any second now. We're just about
So-
to pick up one.
Taiwan won. Odor Stars, some team named Stars won, and then the Korean team actually won Dragon Soul.
Oh wow.
I'd just like to point out my guesses were Canada and Sentinel Island. Pick Canada because
What was Sentinel Island? What is that? I missed that.
it's an island to the south of India that had contact with the outside world exactly once. And the people that were there talking to them were a bunch of missionaries that really fucked them over. So since then, the people of Sentinel Island immediately meet outsiders with death. They don't even use electricity. Not a lot is known about them. They want the whole world to leave them the fuck alone. So there is no way at all they're World of Warcraft.
You do it. Just send a line.
I know you say that. There's like one dude with a laptop.
There's one
pretty
dude.
decent Wi-Fi,
It's like
right?
that Family Guy where Chris joins like the Peace Corps and brings like the modern world to like where he goes.
Well, you want to hear an incredible fact of knowledge I learned today? Do you know the app WhatsApp?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you know how like Facebook bought it for like $58 million?
Mm-hmm.
Or $58 billion would it be? Sorry. You know there's only 11 people employed at the company when they sold it?
Really?
Oh shit!
That's
Holy
like
shit.
$5
Did they
billion.
get like a bunch of money?
Yeah, they just
Oh
missed
no!
out.
Oh
They
my
all
God.
got like $4 billion or $5 billion per employee or
Hey
something.
y'all, listen, if your friend has a project that's coming off the ground, it might not hurt you to jump in and just see what happens.
Just saying, it might be one person, but you could do it.
I could what?
You
I
could
said
do
with your
it. Will.
example, you might have one person, but there's no reason why you can't accomplish what,
And then
what
when
you're
there's-
on to.
And then when there's 3 of us and you get $38 billion, we each get like $10 billion, right?
Yeah, who needs a totem when you got a windfall like that?
Yeah.
Wait, is there a windfall totem?
You should also use you could also use a totem. Just ask your wife. Totems are good.
I'm gonna investigate that. Okay, so moving on. We know what the War Within login screen looks like. People are pissed off for some reason. It's a login screen. Who cares? You're there for like 4 seconds. But it isn't implemented in the beta itself yet, but it has been data mined and all that. So they might still change things about it, but I doubt it.
Wait, explain something. Hold on, I gotta ask you. I'm sorry. Who and why are they pissed about the login screen?
I don't understand this at all.
It's a fucking login screen.
I don't
but, like,
care.
what are they mad about?
The Dragonflight login screen should have been an example for them to follow for expansions to come, and they totally dropped the ball here.
I would agree.
Wait,
except
so
that I don't
you're
care.
mad? Ben's mad?
I may not purchase the pre-pack
Just because
job.
it's boring.
All right, now he's
Uh-oh.
But okay, so to give you guys an idea who has not seen it yet of what it might look like. So picture a small section of the wall of a Titan facility. So it's got, you know, those lines and those grooves and curves and stuff that, you know, basically all the Titan facilities, that's their architecture. Then in that section of wall, there is a circle in the center, and it's got a sort of a wide-ish border. And the border itself sort of has that like continual, constant, weird S symbol that we all used to draw on our binders in high school. And then inner the circle, similar to the War Within logo, there's a bunch of cracking and golden light is shining through it. So some find it underwhelming, like Bent apparently. Some are really mad about it, like Bent apparently. I actually, it doesn't even go so far as I don't care because I'm there. I actually kind of like it because it's so simple. It's just, this is the cover of what we're doing.
Well, that was the end. That was the end of the cinematic, though. Like when we watched the cinematic at BlizzCon with like Thrall and Anduin, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" We were geeking so hard. Like the very end was like they played the Warcraft music, and then it was like World of Warcraft, and it was like that circle, and it was splitting open. Like everyone was like, "Oh my god, Azeroth is splitting open!" Like, so it sort of makes sense.
No, it would have been cool if they had like made the giant sword the login screen, right?
That would have been nice.
What sword?
Right, exactly.
What
like
sword?
they kept anytime anybody
Yeah,
could
what
play, they'd be like,
sword?
"What sword are you talking about?"
What
Like
are you talking
we're
about?
so lost. What are you? I'm reading the comments right now on Wowhead of the login screen, and like people have left a lot of comments, right? That are not, you know, honestly trash. Hopefully it's a placeholder. That login screen is crap.
I just love when people who don't fucking do art or digital art at all fucking call art trash. I just want to go to find each one of those people and like yank their teeth out and be like, well, that was trash. Sorry, guess you didn't need that. I don't know. Like, it's just rude. It's like someone, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not gonna go on like an internet rant right now, but honestly, people who call other people's art trash are fucking trash to me. Fuck them.
So this gentleman and
then don't get what they wanted, and then they're like, your art sucks anyway. It's like, then why did you approach the artist anyway? What, Flurpy?
I was going to read this gentleman clearly Anbuhq, Anbuhq on Wowhead. If he's
That's
a
my
listener,
burner.
is that okay? I thought he decided to bring
Turn
religion
it
into
down.
this, and he said, "Jesus Christ." Invoking the Lord Jesus Christ, or for some the Lord, for others a dude. This is trash. So felt strong enough to bring potentially a god into the conversation. So
What page is this coming?
it's page 2.
I gotta say though, the reason I like it in its simplicity is because this login screen is doing something no other login screen has done, or it potentially could be doing. Let's think about all the login screens before. They were just kind of an image from the game, right? An image from the world we're running around in. Miss Pandaria, it had those big ass statues. Even Classic, it had the empty dark portal. TDC, it had the dark portal lit up. All that shit, yeah? So think of all that. That's all just looks at the world we were running around in. This login screen is sort of implying that, hey, look at this. There's more going on under the surface here. There's something happening here. Pay attention.
Wooly, I don't understand why you want me to acknowledge you as correct. Like, that's not something I do a lot. So, I mean, I think that's correct. I don't think you're wrong.
Wait. I love not being wrong. Oh, god damn it, Flurpy's playing Call of Duty. That's not World of Warcraft, sir.
I want to shoot some people in the face. I'm so mad at this stupid launch screen. I just need to shoot people.
I want to
like
make
is the
I want to make
comments.
that. I want to make that a soundbite. I just need to shoot people.
Oh no, don't do that. Oh,
And I'll
no.
play it
Yeah.
right before the first poll of next spring season. No, okay. Hey, Bent, you want to tell us about all this Mythic Plus affix stuff going on? Because it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so, Blizzard, they pushed out a couple changes they wanted to, do last month, and a lot of them were just, kiss curse affixes that didn't really do anything to solve the major issues people have in Mythic Plus right now is that, certain classes are just not desired to play. So, they, in WoW's credit, they definitely took the community's feedback there, and they kind of came back and reworked the way they're going to approach Mythic Plus. They're going to continue with the system they did this season. If you're a newer listener, maybe not as in touch with Mythic Plus, they kind of, did a key crunch. So a key that used to be a 20 in season 2, the equivalent would be like a 10 now. And now they want to focus on, they feel like they got the game into the right spot where keys aren't ridiculous. There's a good level of learning progression. So people are just not in this weird place where like keys from like 2 to 11 were pretty much useless. You didn't learn anything in them. So a couple of things I wanted to highlight that they did. So first thing they did was they wanted to change mechanical affixes. So those are your sanguines, your bolsterings, your ragings, something that requires you to deal with something not passively. That's been reduced from 2 to 1. Some famous affixes that are currently active on 10 keys and higher now, Sanguine, Bolstering, Raging, Bursting, all affixes which are universally hated for whatever reason are going to be officially retired. And instead, what's going to happen is on keys 2 to 4, you're going to get a new affix. It's going to be called Exalus Bargain. Now, I don't know if this is going to be this way for just season 1 or is it going to be the theme of the expansion, but essentially it's going to be a set of affixes that are going to be your quote-unquote new active affix you have to deal with. But the major change here is they will not have a kiss curse effect to that. So previously, the way the affixes worked, you kind of just like, you either did the affix to do the mechanic and nothing happened, or you didn't do it and it caused a wipe. Now, for example, there's one called Ascendant, and basically a bunch of swirlies are going to drop on the ground. And if the enemies stand in it, they'll get increased haste and movement speed. However, if you are able to stand in that swirly, you can absorb that buff for yourself. So as you can imagine, just by doing the affix, right? Like, you don't have to do it and the enemies get a buff, but if you do it, and I'm looking mostly at DPS players who are the worst at mechanics, you get a bonus for it now. And then they have another one, Frenzied. It's a little bit similar. Bosses become enraged at 30% health. They do 40% increased haste to themselves, but they also take increased damage. So those are the first set of affixes you'll see until you get to a 4 key. When you hit the 4 key, it's going to be your basic swap every week, your fortified or bolstering, no changes there. Once you get to a 7 or higher key, you'll get Challenger's Peril, which doesn't do anything except every death now counts for 5 seconds on the timer rather than 15. So basically it just punishes non-optimal play by not making the keys harder, but basically saying, if you're going to do dumb shit, it's going to take more time off the timer. So it's better to kind of do the dungeon right. And then at 10, what will happen is if a week is fortified, then at level 10, Tyrannical will kick in. If a week is a Tyrannical, at level 10, Fortified will kick in. So those will be the 4 affixes you deal with until you get to 12. And then all the bargain affixes go away at 12 or higher, and just the damage and health of enemies are straight increased by 20%. And so I think the intent of these changes were basically, I think, to make it a little bit of a smoother, easier process early on for newer people in Mythic Plus by giving them, extra bonuses and benefits to help time the key as they're getting used to, running the dungeons. And then alternatively, I also think it really helps the higher end content because really, when you get to 12 or higher, there's really not a lot going on except for health and damage of enemies going to 20%. And I think that will, allow more a better meta where more, you won't have to worry about, I can't bring a warrior because he can't deal with these certain affixes. Now you're going to be, hey, I need to bring classes who can survive and do damage. That's really all I care about. And I think for the longevity of the game, I think it's going to be great. I think the highest thing people in higher keys at least were complaining about where people felt like they were playing the affixes, not the dungeons. I think in higher keys, these changes allow you to do that exactly. But at the same time, I think in the lower keys, it doesn't, overwhelm you. I think with so many affixes going around, especially early on when players are just really just trying to learn the dungeons and learn the encounters. So I think overall it was a good change. I'm hoping we'll hear some more information. I'd like to see them add some more rewards in between the 2,500 Keystone Hero and 0.1%, title. Like, I don't think there's anything for players to work for in between that. And I think a lot of players like myself just like get their main to like 3k IO and then they just start playing another character. I hope they add either cosmetics or maybe, I don't know, ways to send, I don't know, there's something they can add, I think, to give access. But I think overall these changes are really good. I think the focus will be on the dungeons more, and I think I also think it makes it so that it gives people who want to a little bit more of an incentive to push those more than higher than keys in 10. It seems, I'm assuming if 12 and higher and it's changing up the affixes, I'm assuming that's going to probably be, the vault keys, so to speak, for the week. But hey, that's basically all I had. Do you guys have any thoughts on it? I mean, you guys play a lot more casually than me, so, I'm sure you guys have a different opinion how this looks for you guys.
My opinion here is, first, I'm really glad you asked to speak on this because this is your realm. I would have been saying words without really hearing the gravitas behind them. I don't know if that's the right word or not. But you made what was a little unclear to me clearer. So thank you for doing that. Personally, I really like, you know how I approach the game is like more aesthetically than really anything. So like, this isn't necessarily a way something looks, but I love that it's themed after Xalatath showing up. Like, I don't know if they're physically gonna show her in the dungeons. That'd be a little bit of overkill, maybe. I'm not sure. But I like the idea, and I like that it's more straightforward, because when you're someone like me who has not done a ton of Mythic Plus ever since like Legion, I went pretty hard on it in Legion. And then you're like, Wait, I can't remember what this affix means. Shit, what is this? I gotta look this up. Oh shit, they're already halfway to the first boss. Actually, you shouldn't be looking that up when you're running into the dungeon anyway. You're doing it wrong. But I like that it's laid out very clearly. So let me see if I'm understanding something right here. Is it that once it's a 12 or higher, there are no affixes at all? It's just health and damage of enemies being increased by 20%, and there's no extra shit? Is that right?
I believe so. You might just have fortified and bolstering on top of that, but I doubt it. I think it'll just be as flat, because at that point, the enemies just have naturally so much health from the key scaling. I think it's just gonna be a straight 20% to the trash and to the boss, and I think that's what their intent is. And it helps too, also, because I forgot to mention this, at least from the higher key perspective. It also eliminates, like, there are weeks where high key pushers who are pushing for title, they just don't play the game because the affixes aren't set up that way. And I think with this change, you don't really have push weeks anymore, because once you get to 12s and higher, everything it's the same every week. It's going to be that flat 20%.
Yeah, at some point or another, I was watching some interview, I don't remember who conducted it, with somebody from the game, and the topic came up, and they said they were looking into making it more, what was the word they looked into? Consistent. They wanted it to be more consistent.
So if you go through like these seasons, you'll see, like, if you just look at the week in the affixes, you'll see the weeks where players really push, because there'll be weeks where they spike up to like 4, 5, 6, sometimes even 7 keys higher than they do on other weeks. So I think you're right to the point. I think they wanted a more consistent game experience from week to week, so that, you know, you're really just, you know, it's once you get to that certain level, right? Like, obviously, I think in lower, actually, ironically, I think what you'll end up seeing is in lower keys with these affixes, I think you'll start to see people like overdo it and try to like build like classes that only scale from like haste or whatever it may be. And I think in the later game, obviously, there's always going to be a meta, no matter what you do. There's always going to be a class that's really good and a class that's really bad. But I'm hoping that this will allow them to kind of balance the classes a little bit better, so that there's not such a wide gap between worst and last, you know?
This also makes
not worse than last, worse than best, sorry.
Gotcha. This also makes it more approachable. Like, someone like me who doesn't do Mythic Plus because of anxiety, having it clearly defined like this makes it feel a lot easier to think about getting my toes dipped back into than I used to. And to my credit, you know, I gotta give myself a little credit. I was getting a little better at it, but it was always a push down the bad anxiety shit. Just the way this is laid out seems a lot more sensible, and I'm gonna be personally a lot more comfortable going back in. So probably gonna even see more people doing Mythic Plus because of that. Okay, so unless Flurpy or Gershom or both have any burning thoughts to share on that, we can go ahead forward. Anything from you guys?
Want to do the mixed drink of the week?
I just want to say I like the Mythic Plus stuff. I think it's really nice. I like the way that they figured out how to like do something that both, it's not going to kill you if you don't do it, but it is going to benefit you. I think that kind of kiss curse where it's not just totally going to screw you is a really nice way of doing it. Then yeah, I think it, you know, I like it. I think the changes are good.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. I think it's going to incentivize more DPS to start doing mechanics, because everyone just like watches like the high key players push, and they just watch, because like in high keys everyone's doing their job, so there's not much for the healer to do, so the healer just does all that work. And unfortunately it trickles down into like lower keys that we run, where people just expect the healer to do everything. And I'm hoping, you know, I think to your point, Flurpy, if DPS knows they're going to get a benefit, they're damn, they're going to, trust me, they're going to run around and make sure they get every orb before a healer does.
You know, I don't want to stretch this out more than we need to, but I have a distinct memory from Legion watching the MDI. There was a rogue who used that mass stealth thing, that big circle, I forget what it's called, to get the party past the front-loaded trash in, what dungeon was that? Something.
Oh yeah, I've done this all the time, man.
Yeah. And with that dungeon, they ended up not beating the other team because something went wrong with the plan they had built up, and they didn't get the trash percentage done doing it. But then after that happened, every time I went in there, it seemed like every time there was a rogue, they wanted to stealth past it, and then there was always a huge argument. So I wonder, like, how, my point here is, I wonder how big it's going to make the differences between high keys and lower keys now that it's going to be, you're not going to necessarily see things like that because it'll be set up different.
Oh no, you'll still see them. You trust me, the big teams are still gonna figure out like the stupid stuff they do in every season. But I think
it work, but then
I was gonna say I don't think like it would depend on the group like to do that or not do that, right?
competitive players will always find a way to find an advantage.
Exactly.
Eternal Palace? No, that's not what it was called. That's gonna fucking bug me forever. All right, so
I think you're talking about the Shadow Moon Vaults. There's like a bunch of trash. No,
it was in the it was the dungeon that came out alongside Tomb of Sargeras. Fuck, what was it called?
Eternal Cathedral?
Yes, I think that
Cathedral of Night or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
yeah, I know the one where you get on the boat. I don't know if that was the name, but I know that's the one you're thinking of, right?
No, that's Court of Stars on the boat.
Oh,
I know which
Stars.
one Wooly's talking about because I remember if you didn't do that skip, I think you got like 80% of the trash killing that first part of the room because it was so front loaded.
Right. Very, very front loaded. I hated that dungeon. I hated it because there was this one giant demon mob. I don't even remember what kind of demon that if you didn't kill it would chase you and it padded back and forth, I think, if I'm remembering right. So people kept trying to skip it, and if you didn't know that you needed to rush and skip it and not stay in its path, it's gonna aggro the group, and it pissed me off every time because there was always someone standing in the wrong spot. Anyway, I had put stuff on here about the July trading post, but that feels kind of meh after talking about Mythic Plus stuff. So we're gonna leave that be. You can go look at the trading post technically tomorrow because today is June 30th. So yeah, let's move to mixed drink of the week. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. It's time for the mixed drink of the week. Fuck yeah! It's the mixed drink of the week, and before we get into it, I just want to remind everybody to please only partake of the mixed drink of the week, or any alcohol for that matter, if you're of legal age or legal whatever to do so. Furthermore, we're not responsible for any stupid shit that may befall you as a result of your own stupid shit. So, we have been going through the various races in WoW, playable ones anyway, and making heritage drinks for them. This week we have the human, and I do believe Flurpy originally was going to do this, but Gershom has picked it up for us. Do you have what the drink itself is named? So we have a little hint.
Do I have to name it something WoW, or can I name it just something like whatever I want to call it?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna call it the Basic Bitch.
Okay. Then my guess is it's Coca-Cola and rum. Next person.
Grey Goose and Cranberry.
Whiskey and whiskey.
Oh, you guys are both so wrong. I love this. Although, when I
Listen, you said Basic Bitch. The first thing that came to mind was a high-end vodka with shitty cranberry juice.
Okay, well, it is a low-end vodka with... Wait, do you want to send me out first? How does this go? Wait, what?
You gotta tell us what's in it, and then you say send us off.
Okay. So I'll tell you what's in it. You guys are all wrong, although y'all have very good guesses for the Basic Bitch. This is the Basic Bitch. I'm gonna go like this. And that is whatever brand of vodka you want and Red Bull. Yeah! Tell me that's not human as fuck.
That sounds more like the Jersey Shore than a fucking Basic Bitch.
It's the Basic Bitch. It's human. Can you?
Do
Hold
it.
on.
Send it. I love it. There's nothing better than a good Red Bull vodka.
Yeah, do it. All right, you want to do one more?
Actually,
Really?
speaking of which, today's my 8 months, guys. 8 months. No alcohol.
Aw, congratulations. That's insane.
You can
I
almost
cannot
have a
do it.
no alcohol baby.
Basically, dude, I'm gonna wait 9 months and just like show up. I'm gonna just lay on my couch with my legs open and a case of fucking White Claws for my wife at 9 months.
Yo, just come to Thrall's Balls Con in September.
That's like a week
you're getting
before my
married.
wedding.
I
Are
know,
you
I
kidding?
know. You're not coming. Who wants to send me off? I'm gonna drink another one.
Through the gums.
Look
Out
at us.
asshole.
Unless it's cat's
Honestly.
asshole.
That's so good. All right. Yep. Red Bull and vodka.
What
Human.
else?
Basic
You-
bitch.
I didn't even mark 1 shot, 2 shot. I just wrote vodka, Red Bull. Okay,
That's
so
what it is.
Hold on,
Just
hold on.
pretend you're in college and
Hold
just
on.
pour them in a cup.
It is unspoken that a Rebel vodka is not constructed like a normal glass. It's half vodka, half Red Bulls at all times.
yeah, no shit. That's why I didn't even mark it that way. Like with the,
you know that.
I also know by the time I got to the hotel room, you had a case and a half of White Claws killed already.
That's child's
And
play
he
for me.
sent me a picture of like a whole bottle of vodka I brought that I forgot to take home. And he was like, "You forgot this," and I'm like, "No, that's
I left
so
it
much
there. I
vodka."
don't.
I
Ben does
know.
not drink
He
vodka.
told me he was like, "Oh well, the maids will be happy then."
I'm gonna have a little bit of bourbon later on.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the glass right, the bottle
Oh
right
gosh.
Ready to go? Okay, so we gotta kind of figure out who's going next because we got way off the rails with our.
I
order.
haven't done one in a while, so I can take the next
All
one.
right.
Let me do. We've done. Do we have a
All
pin?
dwarves are done already.
Let me do the. Has anyone done the trolls yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've done both the trolls.
Both.
Has anyone done the gnomes?
We
I
did
am.
the mecha gnome, but I don't think we did the gnome.
I'm looking for the last time Gershom posted the thing in the host chat.
I know. I should make it more regular. We definitely did mecha gnomes. Flurpy did the mecha gnomes.
Okay, it looks like gnomes are wide open yet.
Okay,
Or at
yeah.
least as of.
Gnomes are wide open.
All right, so it's gonna be a gnome base drink, and I'm gonna call it the Mechatorque.
Alrighty.
Mecha twerk.
Gnome,
Twerk? What?
Mechatorque, whatever the hell his name is.
Fucking Gelbin Mechatorque.
Yeah, the guy with the
leader.
robot who has like guns on his arms and stuff.
Yeah, and he got put in a little coma, and then he's like, well, that was a hell of a coma, wasn't it, guys? In BFA.
That's right, because he was on the ship.
Fucking
got hurt.
galley.
Yeah, Jaina was like, Gelbin, help us! Oh my god! Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was a raid boss, so he was in a coma after that. Which, by the way, I had a lot of trouble with that fight, not because it was mechanically difficult, but because people don't know how to fucking communicate. They don't know
That
how
is
to fucking...
actually that. So, points aside, that's soloable on Mythic now.
Ooh.
Yeah, they toned it down so that you can you can try and grab the amounts. I mean, it's almost 3 expansions out, so you should be able to solo that on Mythic.
So, Bent is going to do the Mechatorque next week. I haven't marked in the notes that we have Flurpy Ruins WoW, but I don't know if he has something ready or not.
I don't. I'm sorry. I'm failing
No,
in all sorts of ways.
come up with
All
one
right.
right now. Do it.
Tell you what,
I can't.
Come on.
don't have to do it, but I will play this right here.
It's time for Flurpy to ruin WoW. I tell you what.
Soiled it! Soiled it! Soiled it! Soiled it!
Just...
I got one. I already got one.
Oh, yeah?
If anyone wants one, would you have Willie?
I didn't have one. I just like the...
Okay. So my daughters have been obsessed with the Six musical. So that has to do with like Henry VIII and his 6 wives and all of them that like he excommunicated or they died in childbirth. Anyways, thinking about like that, who do you think is most likely to get divorced in WoW after they got married? So imagine a WoW wedding, and then who is most likely to get divorced? And we don't have to do it a contest. We can just talk about it.
Do they actually have to be married in game, or
No.
can they be?
Just fantasize like a marriage that goes terribly awry.
Valyria and Terralion.
Well, no, that's not true because they're still together. Well,
Yeah,
okay.
but things are extremely strained.
Fair enough. Okay, all right, I'll take it. Ben, do you have one?
I mean, Malfurion and Tyrande is the most toxic relationship.
I knew
in
he
the
was
fucking
gonna say
game.
that. I knew he was gonna say that.
I mean, she's clearly getting banged by fucking Illidan when he's sleeping.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile,
Oh, Malfurion's back.
and died
Sort of.
so after divorce.
All right, I can see if Anduin and Rathian broke up, I can see Rathian being a very jealous, like stalkerish, like crazy act. I can see that happening. But I'm still a fan of that relationship. But I definitely see a world where Rathian turns into a psychopath like Stalker.
You have fucking alimony out the cloaca.
Right. Shit.
Cloaca
Farts.
monkey? That doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I don't know characters. That's the thing.
Come on, just make one up. Just make one up. Just make one up.
Khadgar and... Because I only know Khadgar. And the dragon lady that we're all supposed to care about right now.
Alexstrasza?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, why the hell not? Why the hell not? They're divorced because he drinks.
What?
He drinks his cigars. That's why.
I actually think that relationship would be like centuries of happiness. I think those two would be good for each other.
I think they would too. Centuries of happiness.
From the future.
Like this is proof that Flurpy really doesn't know the word of the game though.
Oh, he doesn't.
No.
That's fine. He's fucking playing Call of Duty right now.
I'm
What's
doing
wrong with
good
Call
at
of
it.
Duty?
Yeah, no, it's fun. I'm good. There's no
Wait,
lore in Call of Duty.
Get back on Charlie. Get back on Charlie. They're taking it. They're taking it. You lost it. You lost it. The enemy took Charlie. Fuck you. Yeah. Okay. Well, I do have one thing that we haven't done in a long time that I want to put out there. It is the
Question of the week.
So we have not done the question of the week in a very long time. I want to put a question out there for the swingers. And we're not answering this here yet. This will be next week. The question is, what would your senior quote say in your World of Warcraft yearbook? Like, remember
God.
the yearbook and everybody thought they were
The
being
superlative? Yeah.
by like being fucking pretentious and quoting Voltaire, which I definitely did because I'm a fucking douchebag. So yeah, what would your senior quote say in your World of Warcraft yearbook? You can send your answer on Discord. You go to thrallsballs.com and look for the button that says go to Discord or something like that, and then join and put it in the question of the week channel. You can kick it to the show's socials at thrallsballspod. You can kick it to our individual ones, but there's really no guarantee we'll see it. Email it if you want, thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com. Or even if you're listening on Spotify, just pop it in the Q&A section. I'll change the question down there to be, what did you think of this episode? To what would be your senior quote, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Final thoughts, everybody?
They can slide into my DMs and give me an answer.
I'm going to say my final thought is go fucking get Charlie back now, Flurpy.
There is no Charlie. It's kill confirmed. It's kill
don't
confirmed.
Okay, fine. Pick up more tags. What's your final thought, Flurpy?
I kind of like the drink of the day today, and I kind of want one.
I kind of want one too, actually. Very simple in its design. Bent, final thought?
My final thought is fuck the TWW loading screen.
Oh, fighting words. And Gershom, your final thought?
I really don't give a shit. I just want people to get mad. I said that.
Oh, yeah. I know you well enough to know.
That has definitely been Flurpy. You can kick it into my DMs anytime. Drink recipes, whatever. Actually, all y'all can kick it into my DMs. Let's go.
Now I don't feel special.
Oh, well, sorry. I made you feel special for 5 seconds. That's about the limit.
They took it right away.
I know. I'm sorry. I gave it and then I just took it away.
They can feel special until you're done, and then he wakes up and realizes he's a practice girl. I don't actually
Exactly.
that. People of the world who get sensitive to such topics, I don't mean that. It's all a joke. But Flurpy is a practice girl.
We're playing Flurpy. You're my practice girl. I love you, baby.
I don't know what any of those words mean.
Okay, so there's this episode of Family Guy where Meg was complaining, I think, because she couldn't get a boyfriend, and she was asking Peter why, and he's like, Meg, how do I put this? You're what we call a practice girl. It's like the girl they practice on before they get the one they actually want.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna go ahead and get on out of here. My landlord is upstairs. I can hear him doing the work, and he's gonna need to get down here. So as we get on out of here, you can go ahead and follow us in the social media places. I am at Wooly08, 2 O's, 2 L's, and a Y on Twitter and on Instagram. Gershom is at Hunter Gershom on Twitter. That's GERSHOM. It's all one word. Bent is at Bentolis_outlaw on Twitter. Flurpy is, BENTOLAS. Sorry. Flurpy is at Fleecy the Flurpy on Twitter, and this one I have to really spell out. FLEECYTHAFLERPY, because Flurpy hates me and makes me want to read that every fucking time. Jackass. You can email the show. Where is the button I'm looking for? You can email the show, thrallsfallspodcast@gmail.com. You can leave us a review in the Spotify Q&A or on iTunes, which I actually checked today, and there ain't jack shit there. 2 other ways to leave us a review. Go to thrallsballs.com, and you can submit one anonymously. There is a button for that, as well as a button to join our Discord server from that website, where we have a separate channel for reviews. And just a reminder that website overhaul is still coming. I'm just having trouble finding the time to do it. Anyway, bye, you guys. We love you. Be good.
Love you, swingers.